feel sanctified by the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Our ancestors didn't come here as free people. Our ancestors didn't come here as free people. Blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. I pray against.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers, and Patreon members. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Yeah, so if this is the first time here at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we highly recommend subscribing to stay updated with our latest content. Hit the subscription button above, click the bell icon, and select all to receive notifications whenever we at the Jamaica Young Police channel release a video. Remember that this channel is not an entertainment channel. You know, entertainment channels give you an average between 10 to 15 minutes. This is not an entertainment channel, so you have to go elsewhere if you want entertainment. Remember to give this video a thumbs up because you will find it helpful and informative. Please remember to share the video with your girlfriend, your boyfriend, mama, papa, side chick, or side man, and tell them to tell a friend about the Jamaica Young Police channel. You can join the Patreon squad. By doing so, you will gain access to exclusive content that cannot be played on YouTube due to various restrictions. To unlock this untapped collection of videos, click the link in the description box below. Joining our Patreon community allows you to explore contents that complies with laws, rules, and regulations while avoiding disruption to our channel's functionalities. You'll be able to see videos and you'll see photographs, names of persons who have been killed and are still waiting on justice, like Rifle of the British crew, one of the British of the British crew, and you'll see the people who are involved in the killing of these men and others, including Douglas Chambers, who was killed by PMP criminal organization members, and it came from the top. And to date, the person who have given that order has not been arrested and charged for that murder. So you can go to Patreon and you'll be able to see the face and name of those persons. So thanks for your continued support, and we look forward to providing you with exceptional content. So moving on to today's video.
Hallelujah! I feel sanctified by the blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. Our ancestors didn't come here as free people. Our ancestors didn't come here as free people. Blood, sweat, and tears of our ancestors. I pray against.
Wow, that was something hard to swallow. I don't know, especially those who's watching right now. You know, if you're descendants of slaves, watching that white man who was born in England, came to Jamaica. You know how white people, when they want something, Jamaica is an island that the British do not want to give away, because they had realized that it's a treasure trove in the Caribbean Sea, and they allowed other white people to destroy the minds of the black people. So now they realize that Jamaica is the logistic hub in the world, so they wanted it. So they have this project of this white man who has just expressed himself that he came to Jamaica, that his ancestors came to Jamaica a slave on the slave ship. Yes. Oh, you understand? I've never seen something that is so insulting and disrespectful to us as black people. I cannot deny my ancestors. My ancestors are me, and I am my ancestors. So someone lacking empathy, compassion, and a sense of humanity can be callous, indifferent, or cold-hearted. And that is Mark Golden. For someone to inject himself into a part of history where humans were treated as cattle, as properties by the whites, it's insultive to us and a disrespect to us black people. And for those who support this man, you have no shame. Do you have any shame? You people who support this foreigner, don't you have any shame? Where's your shame? No shame. You cannot shame the shameless. So what Mark Golden has exhibited traits associated with narcissism are sociopathic, showing little regards for feelings or suffering of others. Mark Golden, as an individual, may prioritize his needs and desire above all else, disregarding the well-being of those around him. In extreme cases, he may engage in harmful behavior without remorse or empathy for the consequences inflicted on others. It is understandable, you who have watched the video, to feel deeply offended and hurt when someone, especially someone who doesn't share the same historical background, attempt to speak on behalf of those who have directly experienced the trauma of slavery. Mark Golden's action, as I am about to describe to you, may indeed come across as disrespectful, lacking in empathy, and insensitive to the lived experience of descendants of slavery. And I am a descendant of enslaved people. And in the Punnett Square, it would be 75% due to my grandparents. In such situations, it is essential to address these concerns constructively, emphasizing the importance of respecting and centering the voices of those whose ancestors endured the hardship of slavery. By doing so, we can work towards creating a more inclusive and empathetic understanding of history, one that acknowledges the enduring impact of slavery on individuals and communities. Engaging in open and honest dialogue about these issues while also advocating for representation, reparation, and apologies and authenticity in storytelling can help prevent further harm and ensure that narratives surrounding sensitive topics like slavery are handled with care and respect they deserve. It is crucial to prioritize empathy, understanding, and human decency in all interaction, especially when discussing harrowing aspects of our shared history. As we are about to, in this series, you're going to hear of the things that white people have done to our ancestors in Jamaica. We're not talking about in other parts of the world. So as we present the experience of slavery in Jamaica through the series, it is crucial that we approach the topic with sensitivity, accuracy, and respect for the historical context and lived experience of those affected. So, someone who has never experienced what we have been through, our ancestors, as, like Mark Golden claimed, is not only insulted but disrespectful. That goes to show that the man have no respect for us as black people. But that there's a segment, that we are tribalistic people based on what they have imparted to us. Some of us can think and others can't. They think for others. But we can think for ourselves. But the people like us, especially from the community where I was born, raised, those people can't think for themselves. So it's people like Mark Golden and people within his PMP criminal organization that think for them. But I can think for myself, so I know the difference between wrong and right and wrong. So they can't fool me. I am not one of the, yes, they would say, I'm not one of them that they can fool about history, because I've read. So when he's telling black people that he was brought to Jamaica, his ancestors were brought to Jamaica on slave ship, that is not only disrespectful but insulting. But this is a man who is callous, cold-hearted, and have no decency in him. He have no respect for history and what our ancestors has been through. So if I ensure, we ensuring the voices and narrative presented authentically represent the communities involved is equally essential. So we're not going to tell you anything because we are trying to soothe somebody's ego and massage them, make them feel nice. No, we are telling the real mama papa truth. As we present the experience of slavery in Jamaica, through a series. And it's crucial for you, to listen to the accuracy and respect for historical content. So in this scenario, we are about to describe the involvement of Mark Golden. Yeah, man, Mark Golden. Yeah, the same white man, white Mark Golden, the big belly white man with no direct ties to Jamaica, other than his marriage to a Jamaican woman, whom, as what them doing in slavery, a white man say, yeah, man, anything where a white man want doing slavery, even right now, him feels him entitled to it. So this is a white man who saw his wife, Sandra. Yeah, him saw Sandra and decided to, oh, give me this. And him just take it and she get pregnant. Then he was given the option back then, say, hey, look here, is either you marry to her or you go to jail. So what he did, he married to her. Yeah, that's what happened back then. To date, Sandra, there's no information on the internet about Sandra, but you know that it was, all of this information was relayed, given to us by someone within the PNP criminal organization who was upset that this man was using the same political games that Michael Mann used back in the 70s that cost almost over 1,500 Jamaican lives, all because he wants to be Prime Minister for life. He's the one that imported terrorism to Jamaican people for them to live in fear of losing their lives if they did not vote for his political party. And then that's how we have this criminality that raises its head in our culture, and it's a part of Jamaican culture now. But we want to get rid of it. Maybe not in our lifetime, but later on when we become a republic like Singapore. And this is the same man who's insulting us, wants to prevent us from becoming a republic, and telling us about constitution, in which the constitution was written by our ancestors. It was written by two white men. They were cousins. They are English, British. So the British had prepared for this moment. And now they have a sport. They had a handle to prevent the wheel of the republic from turning. So now that we are at this juncture, and we're just sharing the things with you about this man, and he's benefited from slavery. So understandably, this could be seen as disrespectful or even insultive to the descendants of enslaved people in Jamaica, who have deeper rooted connection to their history and heritage. So those of you who have watched the video and haven't have a moment of, I can't believe that he said that, then you know that you're not a Jamaican or you're not a human being. You're not your ancestor, and your ancestor is not you, because you are hallowed. Hallowed, no brainer. You have no brain in your head. To hear this man disrespecting your ancestors and even disrespecting you, and you clap and applaud him. So it's essential to recognize that while individuals like Mark Golden may have personal connections to Jamaica through marriage or other relationship, friends like Peter Bunting and the likes, this does not automatically grant him authority or legitimacy to speak on behalf of those who have directly experienced the trauma of slavery and its legacy. Authenticity and credibility are essential when sharing such sensitive stories, and it's vital to prioritize the voices and perspectives of those whose ancestors lived through these experiences. In this series on the experience of slavery in Jamaica, it would be more respectful and accurate to center the narratives and descendants of enslaved people and amplify their voices. This could have interviews with community members, historians, experts who have studied the history of slavery in Jamaica. But we have our grandparents, we have our grandfather who told us everything about slaves because he had relatives, grandparents who were slaves back then. Yes. So we continue the journey. So, we wanted to know that while honoring the experience of those directly impacted by slavery, we are just going to share some information that we have gleaned from our research. And that our goal is to foster understanding, empathy, and awareness. Yes, enduring the legacy of slavery in Jamaica, while ensuring that the narratives shared are truthful, respectful, and reflective of the diverse perspective within the community. So we are going to give you the series about the experience of slavery in Jamaica. And it is insulting to hear a white man who was born in Britain, Mark Golding, telling black people in Clarendon that his ancestors were brought to Jamaica as enslaved people, and he went as far as to inject himself into the conversation. Imagine a white British man who has zero ties to Jamaica, except for his wife Sandra, who is Jamaican, and that is the closest information to him being a Jamaican, or having ancestors who were enslaved people, and to hear black people in Clarendon agreeing with this man's lies. The transatlantic slave trade was exceptionally egregious. It was exploitive, cruel, inhumane, and racist. Slavery has been practiced within various cultures from time immemorial. Many people will be surprised to learn that it still exists, albeit covertly. Yeah, so we continue the journey. So many people would be surprised to learn that it still exists, albeit covertly, in small pockets and isolated instances. However, our history of being enslaved taught us many important lessons that remain relevant today. Some 2,000 years after slavery was officially abolished, we learned that the evil that men could do could be boundless. And we say men, we attack white people. Kind of black people do this to white people. This is what they done to us, to our ancestors. So we learned that the evil that men could do could be boundless, white people. So sometimes government sanctions wrong, tacitly or overtly, wherever there is some ulterior motives or if a greater good is identified. So yeah, remember, I see them, government, white people, their government, them pass law to make slavery legal. Yeah, man. And I want you to know that after slavery was abolished, the slave owners, they get compensation for losing the rights to own us as property, our ancestors. Because I am my ancestor and my ancestor is me. Yes, so they have lose all rights to us and they receive compensation. So we have receiving a reparation or apologies from them, from the king in England. So that's why we want us to become a republic. And here's this white man who's from Britain, along with some Jamaican traitors who are standing in the way of us become a republic. And the three bossy slaves are the Rose Breadfoot, Hugh Small, yes, a noted attorney. Another attorney, Anthony Hilton, as Everett Warmington say, a low, low grade attorney at law, said that the case, they only won one case, and the case that he won, even Anki Hartman could have won it because that was a slam dunk case. And three, Donna Scott Matley, a woman who have no respect for us as black people. But you know that you have two coconut and a roast breadfruit. We won't stop to remind you of these people. Their names must be etched in history for you to remember them. Yes. So some of our revered West Indian ancestors willingly participate and significantly benefit from the wholly heinous, atrocious and monstrous transatlantic slave trade by capturing and selling our ancestors, which were their countrymen and women, as exports. Sadly, some still refer to us as slave babies. We are living proof that the long-term effect of evil can last for centuries. And then in the long run, them call us niggers. Same people were enslaved, them call we niggers. And now our black brothers and sisters calling each other as niggers, which is not only insultive to our ancestors, but reprehensible and degrading behavior. Freedom was something that our enslaved forefathers dreamt of, prayed for, yearned for, fought for, suffered for, lived for, and died for. Protests from objectors within the British Empire, combined with the economy of the time, eventually led to the passing of the Abolition Bill in 1807. So we did not, as black people, we did not just get our freedom alone by ourselves. There were white people that were in England who had morals then and were totally against this inhuman and heinous hack that these people have perpetrated against us. So with the transatlantic slave trade was declared to be utterly abolished, prohibited and declared to be unlawful in 1808, over 200 years ago. But it wasn't until 1834 that the partial emancipation of slaves and the obligatory period of apprenticeship, a euphemism for continuous slavery, was minimal, so-called rights and promise of eventual freedom came into effect. So even although it was the abolition bill in 1807, and them said that them abolish slavery and it's unlawful in 1808, they never get rid of it until 1834. Not until 1834, and it was partial. So them still, even Valentine, them say them do it, them not do it. Yeah, them not do it. It benefit them, benefit we, our ancestors. As I said, I am my ancestors, and my ancestors are me. So them come in with this apprenticeship, a euphemism for continuous slavery with minimal so-called rights and promise of eventual freedom, came into effect. Complete independence was granted in 1838 when the British passed the Emancipation Act. Them still can we, So I remain in awe that free slaves, although bereft of worldly possessions, education, and unprepared for self-care and self-determination by design of establishment, we were able to transition from a life where their every actions, even intimacy, was managed by someone who legally owned them, to a life wherein they had begun from scratch and learned to fend for themselves within a hostile society. It must have been a remarkable inner strength, determination, and survival feat. So those of you who are Jamaicans and ever been to Emancipation Park, and you see the statue of a naked black man and a naked black woman, this is what happened to them after slavery. When slavery was abolished in Jamaica, the white people took away the clothes that our ancestors were wearing. So imagine, how many of our ancestors died from cold and all of this because they had no clothes. They took away the clothes from them. Not even that, the slave trade, that the slave owners allow our ancestors to have. So you see the naked man and the naked woman, a statue in an Emancipation Park. That's our ancestors right there. A representation of what really happened during slavery. To show you how evil these people were to our ancestors. This is history we are teaching you. Whole heap of research. But this was discontinued in 1962. Remember, Jamaica officially celebrated Emancipation Day as a public holiday in 1893. I don't know who, well, maybe Mark Golding was born then because him say his ancestor came to Jamaica and shipped as slaves. And we don't have no white people come to Jamaica as slaves, but I saw it go disrespect. So in 1893, we celebrate a public holiday them called Emancipation Day. 1893. Now we see black people celebrate a thing in August now, say Emancipendence. I don't know how them combine them madness there, and people just run with it. You could never get me, conjoin two words together. Emancipate, no, emancipate. That is madness. Emancipation Day, already in 1893. But this was discontinued in 1962 in favor of celebrating our independence on the first Monday in August. So that is what they did. The two white men. So them get rid of Independence Day, Emancipation Day, and them start Independence Day. On August 1st, 1997, the celebration of Emancipation Day was reinstituted as a national holiday by Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, the thief, the most corrupt black man ever to walk on the face of the earth. I don't know if no other black man a thief like him in Jamaica. I'm not talking about in Africa because he have some character down there, I tell you. Them man, even the same man will kill, my name, men thing, I not even remember him name. They all Rasta still go down Zimbabwe when the man will kill Selassie is down there. And there's a warrant out for him. And them, Mengistu, and them don't lick out upon him. Them supposed to do a whole heap of song, him kill the emperor, and them not say nothing. So for sure, it's no Rasta no exist no more. I tell you now, corals in them. So nowadays, we all look forward to emancipate. No, me none of them thing, No, we look forward to Emancipation Day, a period from the 1st to the 6th of August. Emancipation Day and independence. Emancipation and Independence Days are celebrations, but they should be also be commemorations to remember and officially pay homage to those significant events, the pain, suffering, and sacrifice made by the people who got us where we are should be foremost in our minds. Perhaps in doing so, our citizenry would begin to appreciate the significance of their freedoms and not dishonor our heroes by abusing them. So with thanks to those who laid the foundation for us, we can enjoy some freedom. We don't enjoy many for some freedom because you understand? But they come with a caveat. Caveats. We are free to drive on roads, but not without knowing the laws, not without a driver's license, and not without respect and care for other road users. We must remain cognizant that everyone has freedom too, and we must share them. So that is where we have some difference with some people in Jamaica. They don't respect the freedom that others have. They won't respect their freedom. So we are free to construct buildings without the requisite approvals, not without adhering to the building codes, zoning, and building covenants, and respecting the caring for others. When people use their money, influence, and power to either ignore or bend the rules and invade a custom, uniform residential communities by erecting towering edifices or commercial hubs in their midst, the freedom of the existing residents who invest in those communities are dashed. When some people feel free to pollute the atmosphere and environment with smoke, toxic chemicals, or noise, our freedom to enjoy clean and safe surroundings is nullified. When trusted employees in financial institutions feel free to access our savings and investment, our freedom to secure our future is destroyed. Those who deny us freedom to enjoy our country, communities, and homes are trampled upon our hard-won liberty. Criminal elements feel free to take whatever they want from us as if they were the ones who work hard and sacrifice for them. Yeah, man, and this is a philosophy that's been taught by the PMP criminal organization by one of its most revered leader, Michael Manley, who said that if you have two houses, you're not supposed to have two houses, you must give your neighbor one. That's why we not like Michael, man. We say, no, you're not get none of it with us, and we don't want to come out with us either. We know that. We not believe in that. We work and give you. We look at lazy self, you go. That's why we not subscribe to them, the philosophy there. Anyone, I want Mark Golding have 2 car. Give somebody one of your car. You're not going to do that. But yeah, that I tell them. So they feel entitled that they kill people before, during, or after, robbing them of their possessions. It is as if taking away their possession wasn't satisfying enough, so they take away their lives. And this is what these people have been doing since 1972, and then in the 1990s, them get a thing called Jamaican for Justice by the PNP criminal organization, the same party that's this man from England who was born and raised there. I know him as same ancestors come out Jamaica and slave ship. What an insult to black people. So we see which TV station how him are going on and them not gonna ask him to explain that part. Which one of them ancestors come out Jamaica on slave ship? Where is his birth certificate? Where is his passport? Show say you come out, you're born in Jamaica. So nothing is truly free in this world. The vital oxygen we breathe does not magically appear. Many billions of plants work hard to produce it through photosynthesis. Those same plants remove our carbon dioxide in such vast amount that it contributes to our demise. Yet, we feel free to take them for granted by irresponsibly. Yeah, so we have come to the end of part 1 of this series. This is going to be a Mark Golding's Day. Show you that you remind you as black people what they have done to our ancestors. And remember, I am my ancestor and my ancestor is me. So whatever they experience, it's still in my vein. So that's why I tell people that I have slave genes in me. Some people say, boy, there's no slave genes. But I beg to differ, because if you have 1% of black genes in you, you're black. You're 99% white and you have 1% you're black. Because white is purity. That's why everybody are fight for be white. We not fight for be white because we know say we not white. We know say we're black. We know say our descendants were slaves. Enslaved people in Jamaica. Yes. So we not pretend. So this is the end of part 1. Just hope you enjoy it, because today I just Mark Golding Day we are keep for reminding you. First wake up on a conscience, make you start think and realize who are on a treat, who are on an enemy in Jamaica. I want to feel like say, are we on an enemy? We are not an enemy, we're on a brothers. And we are continue to remind you who have done all of these things to us while we are at this juncture in our life. When I tell you about common, there's no wealth in our common. The wealth is with them. We have common poverty. Just look. I will destroy our people's mind. I see them people them when I want we get become a republic. So this is the end of part 1. Yes, and look, as we said before, we're not a sponsor, and there's no Jamaica Labour Party that paying us, as the PNP have done with their surrogates. But we not do this in a party, we have to do this in Jamaica. We want to be a republic, we want to come out of these people's arms. If you hear the wickedness what them have done to us. And that's just part 1. So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.